Boy, does he deserve it. Please welcome David and Tammy Ponder.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Ponder. This is my wife, Tammy, our beautiful daughter, Emery, and our strong Will. We're so thankful that you come out today to help support the March of Dimes, and you've done so much to help raise funds for research. Because as you'll hear in just a moment, our family story is one that shows both the real impact of the work of the March of Dimes so far and the hope that further research and support will generate as time goes by.
So I can never get through this story without tears, but I feel like I'm around friends today because I know there's so many of you that share our story. And so I know I'm among friends, not only with my own team who is here to support our family, but also among all of us who have had this story. 1 year ago, 1 month ago, we were blessed and it finally happened, and I was talking to my wonderful nurses that are here. We finally brought our little man home. It took 4 months. It took 4 months in a NICU, waiting by his bed in times when we couldn't touch him. It took 4 months of standing by his side and holding him when he barely fit into our palm, because he was born too early, he was born too little, and we were very afraid that that day would never come home when we would take our Will home. But with the help of nurses and the army of doctors and nurses and staff, we were able to take our little man home. It took well over 10 blood transfusions, 3 echocardiograms, countless cranial scans, even Tamiflu for a bout of the flu at 2 months old and barely 2 pounds. But with all of that, we took him home. It took family and friends, some we had never met before, people from all over the country that heard our story, that shared our story, and I see people shaking their heads, people that reached out to us and said, we're here to support you. We can't be there with you, but we're there to hold your hand over Facebook and over Twitter, and we're there to support you. And it took family and friends who made meals and gave us support. It took wonderful nurse staff who held our hands and tried to explain the unexplainable and sat with us in dark rooms while we questioned whether we'd ever be able to bring our man home. But after 4 months, we brought him home. And in that year, it has been a year of wonders. Every developmental appointment, they bring in doctors and nurses and say, look at this little guy. He cannot have been born 4 months early. And we say, yes, he was. And they say, he's going to walk late. Well, he only walked a month after his sister. They said he's not going to be able to eat well. And he eats us out of house and home, and we're very concerned about him as a teenager. We worried about his speech, and he babbles, ma, 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 da, 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 and we're quite sure he's renamed his grandmother Nana, and we don't know where that came from. But he's going to lead the way in our family. He is our miracle, and we wish that this was the end of our story. We wish that we could just walk and we could show you him and we could say, see what research can do. And while we can, Will did. He took every bit of research, every penny you raised, every dollar you raised, and he said, you know what? It's worth it. It's worth those uncomfortable conversations, asking people for money. It's worth every moment and every step we take today. It's worth it because babies like Will make it. But 2 days after she was born, Will's twin sister's story unfortunately ended. And we sat in a room while nurses and doctors to the very end did everything they could, and we rocked our baby girl to sleep for the very last time. We sang Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star as we knew she went among the stars to be with her heavenly maker. And we just know that had there been one more piece of research, had there been one more walk, one more penny raised, we would be here with two beautiful babies, because while our house is so full of love with our little girl Emery and our special man, our strong Will, how much fuller would it have been if we could be holding our little girl Claire right now? And not a day goes by we don't miss her. So when you feel like you can't take one more step today, when you feel like you can't raise one more penny, just remember that could be the difference between a family having this story and a family holding their baby while they say goodbye. Thank you for all you've done.